Hi guys, welcome to this week's Alakazam vlog. We've had a few emails asking us to do a sort of vlog special on certain items.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of items that are coming out that claim to do the same thing, or like Magic Wallets. So this vlog is going to be all on Magic Wallets. Now we're not going to cover all of them because there are far too many. We've picked out about 5 or 6 that do different things, and we're going to try and describe them to you in this vlog. So welcome to this week's Alakazam vlog. David.
Yes, Pete.
So, we've been asked to do a vlog special describing the differences between wallets, because Magic Wallets, are a big investment for any magician, especially if they're not a working magician.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, they're expensive. Well, at first they come across expensive. Then you realise what you're actually getting.
Yeah.
And each wallet does different things, and I know you're Assassin, and we'll get onto that in a bit, but that is a 15-20 minute act in a wallet alone. Yeah. So there's so many different wallets, so many different utilities inside the wallet, so we're going to talk through a few of them.
Yeah. So the first thing, if you're thinking about investing in a Magic Wallet, the first thing you need to do is decide what it is you want the wallet to do for you, basically.
Yeah.
Because I'm a great believer with peak devices. I have got loads of peak devices. I've got electronic peak devices, I've got the business, I've got the Assassin, I've got so many different peak devices. But to me, I will use the right one for the right job, if you know what I mean. Certain peak devices will look more in place in certain situations.
Yeah, if you're wearing a suit and you know, you're at business meeting, then the business with the business card case works well there. If you're casual, then you might want a wallet which is more of a hip wallet for your jeans. I get what you're saying.
And it's the same with wallets. I mean, personally, my everyday wallet, I change between two, but my standard everyday wallet is a Stealth Assassin.
Yeah.
I've also got an F1 Nitro. We're going to explain the difference between the F1 and the Nitro in a minute.
Don't flatten it, because there's a lot of banging there.
I'm always banging.
It's important you know.
And I know your everyday wallet is the Infinity.
Yeah.
And in my close-up case, I have got an O'Connell, which isn't an Alakazam product.
No.
But I've got
the one I use as well.
Yeah, I've got an O'Connell. And the other thing is, you know, when you're deciding on what wallet you want to purchase, you need to decide really whether you want it primarily for mentalism, whether you want it for a card to wallet. If you just rung up Alakazam, I mean, we're always here to help anyway with the wallet side of things, because it is, like I said, it is a big investment, and you want to make sure you get the right wallet for the job. Now, if you were to ring up and say, I just want a palm card to wallet,
yeah,
then there's no other choice really. Well, there is. You ask whether they want a small pocket one or a jacket one. If they want a small pocket one, you might go for something like the Infinity. If they want a jacket one, it's always going to be the O'Connell.
Yeah.
It's slick. It's been about for years. It's been worked for years. All the pros own an O'Connell, or most pros own an O'Connell.
I think the reason why it's used so widely in performance is for the card to sealed envelope.
Yeah.
And it just accommodates it so nicely. If you've ever wanted to do that, if you've ever wanted to do card to sealed envelope, the O'Connell wallets, this is the small plus wallet, is also a larger size. They're just perfect for it.
Yeah.
They're so quick. I mean, the load is so quick.
Yeah, and they've got a no palm feature on them as well.
They do.
I personally, if you wanted a no palm card to wallet, I would go for the F1 or the F1 Nitro. I think it's I think the load's a lot smoother, a lot quicker, more deceptive for a no palm load. And I think the whole control is just beautiful. But if you want a palm card to wallet with card to envelope, then that has to be the one to go for, the O'Connell Plus.
And the size of it's really quite nice. I mean, this is the Plus what it's small.
Yeah.
This is the one I use. I used to have the larger one.
Oh, I've got the large.
You got the large, yeah. So it literally is preference and size, and it's down to you on that and the size. I like this one. I honestly think for myself that the larger one is more for a working class businessman.
Yeah, these are suit jacket wallets, so they go in your breast pocket, your inside breast pocket of your suit.
Yeah.
Now the nice thing about something like the F1 is it's small enough to fit in your back pocket.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't look out of place in your back pocket, whereas this would.
So when you're working in a suit, this is a preference.
It looks great. It's a really good quality wallet. I mean, Jerry O'Connell's been making those for years, and pros have been using them for years, and it's sort of a staple wallet for magicians. Everyone talks about the O'Connell.
Yeah. The thing is, actually, there's a large space in there as well. I mean, my working wallet has obviously the wallet and the envelope set. Has also got extreme burn in there, Powerball 60, and a flash pad as well, just for the routines that I use. And that all sits nicely with the money and the cards. So, and it's not bulky. No. It's a really nicely made wallet. Yeah,
it's a really nice leather as well. So if you wanted to go for just a card to wallet, palm no palm card to wallet, that you can do sealed envelope, then the O'Connell is most probably the best choice for you. Now, if you were to ring us and say that you wanted to do card to wallet but you didn't want any palming, you wanted a slick load, and then also do a bit of mentalism.
Without a doubt.
The F1 Nitro. Yeah. Now, what the Nitro is, Jason Ray, who's a fantastic young magician from Lancashire, I believe, Jason approached us with an idea for a wallet a few years ago called the F1. Great wallet. We still sell the F1, and the F1 is just purely the Nitro in its basic form. So it is just the card to wallet aspect without the mentalism bits built in. Yeah. What we done, because the outer design of the F1 was very similar to an Assassin, we started building in a few mentalism bits. So with the F1 Nitro, you can actually do some mentalism routines as well as card routines. Right. Now, if you haven't seen the F1 wallet in action, if you have a look on our website, I mean, I'm going to demonstrate a basic card to wallet routine with the F1 in a moment, but if you have a look on our website, there's some no-frill demos up there where I get a card selected from a red back deck, it's signed. Before I start, I show a blue back card in the wallet, get a card selected from the red back deck, it's signed, lost in the deck, vanishes from the deck. When I remove the blue back card from the wallet, it's now their signed card. Yeah. There's so many things you can do, and it's not only the wallet that's allowing you to do it, it's the F1 gimmick itself, which is a really clever gimmick.
I absolutely love this. The whole point that you can slide the card in seemingly anywhere into the pack, square it up really fairly, have complete control. I mean, we're not hiding anything and saying that you're going to end up at some point loading the card to a wallet, but you have complete control over it, and it just looks so fair. And then the load is the quickest thing that I've never seen. If I say it like that, you don't see anything, but it happens like that.
Happens really, really quick. The nice thing about the F1 as well, you can use the F1 for a palmed card to wallet as well. So with the F1 Nitro, I believe you get a couple of DVDs with it, with various routines. Now you can do a standard card to wallet, and then say, look, I'll show you that again. This time I'll do it really slow, and I'll even leave the wallet in front of you. So the first one happens in your pocket as a standard palm. Then you leave the wallet in front of them. That's the nice thing. The wallet can be out on the table. And the card's still going to appear in there. It's really, really nice. And the other nice thing is it doesn't matter what level you are in card magic. With the basic F1 routine, the F1 card to wallet routine, anyone can do it, because there's no force, there's no control, there's no palm. With a little bit of handling practice, and every trick, whether the trick is self-working or not, you should always practice it. But with a little bit of handling practice, just getting used to what you're doing, you'll be able to do a professional card to wallet routine with no sleight of hand at all.
Yeah, it is. I mean, if I'm honest, when I first saw it, I had no idea really what was going on.
Yeah.
Because you don't see anything. And then when I found out how it worked, I just thought it was genius. And the fact that, like you say, there's no control on anything.
Yeah.
You know, it looks great. Are you're going to show it?
I will, damn it. I will say that on the DVD as well, I've got a lovely thought of card to wallet as well, which I used to use as an opener, which was great. They name the card, you show a blueback card in your wallet, they name the card, and that ends up being the card in your wallet, which was really nice. There's some mentalism routines on there, you know, card routines.
That's on the Nitro, yeah?
Yeah, on the Nitro, stuff. Yeah. And also there's a free streaming video. A clever guy has worked out how you can do card to envelope using the F1. And I believe that video is linked to the F1. So if you purchase either the F1 or the Nitro, it goes in your streaming video, and it's a nice little addition as to how to do a card to seemingly sealed envelope. But it looks like what it is. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a quick performance of a basic card to wallet using the F1 Nitro. David?
Yes.
I'm going to show you a little trick using my wallet and some of the contents. And a pack of the cards.
Yeah.
Okay. As you can see, it's just a randomly shuffled deck of cards.
Yeah.
All you're going to do is reach in and choose a card for me. Can be any card you like.
This one.
Take it,
please.
Have a look at it.
Yeah.
Do me a favour, take the pen, sign your name across the face and show the camera. What I'll do is I'll turn my head while you're doing that.
It's got a name on it, so I'm just going to add it to the...
Okay.
Dave. There you go.
You done?
Yeah, I'll show it to the camera. Yeah.
Perfect. I'll take the card. I'm not going to look, but we are going to slip it roughly, I hope you can see that, roughly halfway down. And you push it in. Push it in, square it up. Whoop. Just like that. Okay?
That's pretty fair.
Dave, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to make your card vanish from here and appear in my wallet that hasn't left your sight since the beginning.
True.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Watch. The first thing we have to do is this. Just like that, your card vanishes from the deck.
Right.
And I'll prove it to you. What was the name of your card?
King of Clubs, I think.
King of Clubs. If you have a look through, you'll see there is absolutely no... There is a King of Clubs.
Spades.
King of Spades.
Sorry.
I was going to say it's gone wrong. King of Spades. There is no King of Spades. No?
No.
And there's no King of Spades anywhere near the top?
No.
Sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the idea. My wallet.
Yeah.
Inside the wallet, I said we were going to do something with the contents, yes?
Yeah.
Not my money, not my business card, not my credit card. There's a little zipper here. Under the zipper. Put my finger in. You'll see. Quite tight, but there is a card in there. Take it out.
I'll undo the zipper for you.
Show the camera.
And that is awesome.
And be amazed. And that is the F1 Nitro. Now, bearing in mind that uses absolutely no sleight of hand.
It's great. So that was the F1 Nitro.
That was the F1 Nitro, but bearing in mind that exact effect can be done with the standard F1. Yeah. What the Nitro has built into it, in addition to the standard F1, are various bits of the Assassin.
Right.
Not all of the Assassin, but various bits of the Assassin. So you could use... I was using the F1 for a while, then I moved to the Nitro because then I could use it for a really nice card to wallet and still use, you know, peaks and billet index and so forth.
Yeah.
So that's what the F1 Nitro will allow you to do. Now my everyday wallet, my standard everyday wallet is the Assassin, and it has been for years. And the reason the Assassin has been my everyday wallet, and I'm not sure if many of you are aware, but many, many years ago, one of the first products I released was a wallet called the Mind Spy. And at that time, there wasn't very many peak or mentalist wallets on the market.
Right.
And the Mind Spy was, in my mind, the catalyst that set the motion for everyone to start producing peak wallets, because I released the Mind Spy, everyone went crazy for it, and then suddenly people were releasing peak wallets like there was no tomorrow. Now the beauty of the Mind Spy was it was quoted as, I think the review in Magic said it was, you know, if James Bond had a wallet, this would be it. Someone called it the Swiss Army knife of wallets. It was because it allowed you to do so much. It had a nice peak device, it had a billet index, it had a sort of card to wallet, it had a number pad. So it had quite a few things built into it. And I was getting great reactions performing a lot of mentalism with the Mind Spy. My issue was, because the Mind Spy was a bigger wallet, when I was out with friends or out casually and I was wearing jeans and no suit jacket, I couldn't really carry it.
Right.
So what I did was I designed a small Mind Spy. It hasn't got all the features, but it was something that I could carry, and I could perform routines that were getting me known, things like Hollywood or Bust, which is a great routine by Colin Miller, but I sort of evolved it quite a bit from Colin's original routine over years of performing it, and I could sort of have a wallet that would allow me to do mentalism, but even when I was in my casual stuff, if you know what I mean. And I got an assassin made for myself. I got one made for my good pal Spellman, and together we come up with some really great routines for it. And realistically, what the assassin is a beautiful little wallet. I'll show you, because I've just literally upgraded mine, because we've just upgraded the assassin, we've upgraded the leather and everything else. So that is an assassin. It's quite small, fits very, very easily into your back pocket or any pocket you like, really. It's a nice looking wallet.
I've never actually had a play with one of these, so it's very thin.
Yeah, very thin.
And does that do card to wallet?
You could do a folded card to wallet, but it was never designed for card magic.
Right.
This was designed.
But it has got that in there if you wanted to do it.
Yeah. But it, you know, I've never used it for card to wallet, but if you were going to do a Mercury fold, you could easily do card to wallet with this.
So as someone who's not really not into mentalism but don't do mentalism, what sort of tricks can I do with?
Well, you can. It's a peak wallet, so it's going to allow you to peak. You can do one ahead routines. There's a really nice little routine. The wallet comes with 2 DVDs which are packed full of routines by me and Mark. You've got a beautiful one called Cash Cabaret, which is like Stephen Tucker's old Visa Cabaret, but using banknotes. It looks very, very sort of organic and impromptu, where you have free banknotes sticking out the wallet. Turn your back, your spectator chooses different notes, puts them in various pockets. You can tell them what pockets they've put them in, and then at the end you've actually predicted it. So like the Graham Jolly or Coran billiard ball effect, but ball down. There's
Is it out to lunch in it?
It has got an out to lunch built into it as well. There's like I said, the routine that I was really getting known for was a routine called Hollywood or Bust, which I explain in full detail on the DVD, with all my subtleties and everything else. But there's a really nice little routine on there called Shortlist, which I adapted to use movies. So I would use that as an intro to Hollywood or Bust. Now, bearing in mind, if you were to pack this wallet, you would have a 20-minute act ready to go in your pocket that looks sort of organic and impromptu. Now, Shortlist, the way Shortlist would work would be I would open up the wallet and just leave it on the table. Now inside here you would just see a card, and what I used to use was a director's cut card but face down.
Yeah.
And there would be like a little piece of paper showing up as well.
Right.
And I would basically start by saying, now, I don't know if you suffer from this problem, but I go to the cinema a lot with my wife. Now, the big problem is she likes the rom-coms, I like the horror films. So usually what used to happen was I would give up and I would just sort of watch a rom-com. Yeah, even though I didn't really want to. So we thought the fairest way to do it would be, our cinema's got 6 screens. So I would write down what's on each screen. My wife would give me a number between 1 and 6. Whatever's on that screen, that's what we're going to go and watch.
Right.
Yeah. So that way, I don't know what number she's going to choose. She don't know what movie she's going to choose. So whatever movie's at that number, it's fair.
Yeah.
What she didn't realise is I could always make her pick the movie I wanted to. Okay, and I'm going to show you how that works.
Yeah.
Inside here, I've got 6 movies that are playing at our cinema.
Yeah.
Okay, and I've got a photograph there of the movie I want to watch. Boom. I want you to imagine you're going to walk into the cinema. You've got screen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, you're going to go up. You're going to get your sweets. You're going to get your drink. Now you're actually going to move round either to the left or the right. Screen 1, 2, or 3, or 4, 5, and 6. Which way are you going to go? 4, 5, and 6.
4, 5, and 6.
You sure?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so you walk through. You've got screen 4, 5, and 6. You've got 4 to the left, 5 and 6 to the right. You're going to go to the left or the right, 4 or 5 or 6?
I'll go to 4.
You're going to go to 4. So you've chosen 4 out of all of these.
Yeah.
At this point, I'd open my wallet, boom, take out a bit of paper, and take out the photograph.
Yeah.
And I'd say, can you do me a favour, just open up a bit of paper, tell me what was playing on screen number 1. And it'll be a rom-com.
Yeah.
Screen number 2, rom-com. Screen number 3, rom-com. Screen number 4 would be a horror. Screen number 5, a horror. And screen number 6, a rom-com. So I'd say, but out of those, you chose screen number 4, which was what? Halloween. Turn over the picture, bang, and it's Halloween.
Yeah, I've seen you do that, and
it's a beautiful little routine.
Yeah.
It lends itself well to the sort of influence and, you know, making
to have that in your wallet as well. It's a strong.
And to use that as an intro to Hollywood or Bust, which Hollywood or Bust is an incredible routine. It uses something that Colin created called blind reading. And it's an incredible routine.
Is it on there?
It's on there, yeah.
Okay.
And to use that as an intro, because as soon as I've done that, I'd say, but that's a movie I want to see. Let's imagine you're actually going to pick a movie you want to see. Don't tell me what it is, but I want you to imagine walking into the cinema, you're looking at the big screen. The name of your favourite current Hollywood movie star is going to appear on that screen in big black bold letters. Okay, don't tell me, don't tell anyone else, but make sure it's someone that everyone's going to know.
Yeah.
And then you just flow on from there.
Nice.
You know? And it's really cool. So if you were after a wallet specifically for mentalism, then I have no hesitation in recommending the Assassin 1.1. It really is a tool that you are going to be proud to use and something that you are going to use on a daily basis. In fact, it seems to be a bit of a staple wallet with the Mentalist.
Yeah.
A lot of people, you might have seen it talked about on the forums, a lot of people refer to it as the SAW, the SAW, which obviously is Stealth Assassin Wallet, but they've shortened it down so it's SAW. So if ever you see Mentalist saying, I use the SAW, or the SAW's my everyday wallet, that's what it is, the Stealth Assassin. And that's one of our wallets, and it's, if you're into mentalism and you want something to just carry about in your casual clothes, then the Assassin is just superb. And obviously it wouldn't look out of place if you're doing a pro gig.
It's a nice wallet as well.
Yeah. And that is my everyday wallet.
Sure.
It goes back in my pocket.
That's it. So to finish, that was your everyday wallet, the Assassin. My wallet is the Infinity.
Yes.
I love this wallet to death. Basically what you're going to get with this is a palm Carter wallet.
Yeah.
And a really nice one actually, a nice display as well.
Yeah.
You're going to get a really lovely peak.
Yeah.
And you know, which is great. You know, you take a business card, write a name, number on there. You've got your bank cards in here, and you actually slide the business card on top of the bank card, right? So it's as if, you know, don't want to peek, and it kind of cements in their mind, you know, it's on top of that card. There's no way you can see it. As you go in and take a business card out, I mean, I'm staring now at the peak, and it looks
Yeah.
It's very visible. Take business card out, close the wallet, you've got the P.
Yeah. And it's got a Shogun built into it, which for those of you that don't know what a Shogun is a switching wallet.
Yeah.
Or you could use it to make things vanish or appear.
Yeah.
You know, so the Infinity, the other thing that's nice about the Infinity was, in my mind, I believe it was the first multi-purpose wallet that was in a billfold.
Right, yeah.
And so, which is that design rather than the standard jacket design. So this is a standard sort of put it in your back pocket, the type of wallet that everyone would carry.
It's a casual looking wallet. It's really lovely leather as always from you guys. You got us a playing card just over there.
Mate.
I will just show the guys just how this ends up in here. So when you do card to wallet,
Yeah.
and there is a handle on this as well. You can show a card before, but that is what they're going to see. So it's in this buttoned up compartment, which looks really nice and casual. As you open it up, that's what they're going to see. Playing card in there. You come in from this side, and that would be their signed card.
And the nice thing about this type of wallet is you can load in your front pocket, in your back pocket, in your jacket pocket.
Yeah.
You know, it is a really versatile wallet, and it was, once again, it was designed for everyday use. And the other one, I will say, we haven't got one here to show, but if you like the billfold type wallet,
Yeah.
then the Espionage, we have got one here to show, there you go. Now, the Espionage was designed by a guy called Kieran Kirkland. Very, very clever wallet. It's got functions from the Infinity, but also there's a lot more mentalism functions in here. And once again, that is a billfold type wallet. It is slightly wider because of what's going on inside and what the wallet needs to be able to do. But apart from that, it's a really, really good wallet.
So that's the Espionage.
That is the Espionage. Once again, it's the high grade leather we're using now. We're always using pretty good leather, but we've just upped it all to this new high grade which they had. But the other thing I will say is it is confusing. Even after you've watched this, it's going to be confusing. You're still going to go, oh, I still don't know which one to go for, unless you've seen one in particular. What I would suggest, I mean, we're always here to help you at Alakazam Magic. We're always here to help. Ask yourself the questions. What do you want the wallet to be able to do for you? If you ring me up and ask me about wallets, I will always ask you certain questions. What is it you want? Is your primary need a card to wallet? If so, does it have to be in an envelope? Do you want it as a casual wallet? Do you want it to do mainly mentalism?
Yeah.
If you approach us with that sort of information, we can point you in the right direction. And bearing in mind at Alakazam, we've only showed you here 5 or 6 different wallets.
Yeah.
We actually stock about 20. So, you know, we might push you in a completely different direction to something else that you haven't seen here today. But what we wanted to show you was our pick of what we believe the best in their genres are. So for mentalism, it's got to be the Assassin. It has been for years. You can ask a lot of pro mentalists. For card to wallet no palm, it's got to be the F1 or the F1 Nitro. Remember, the difference is the Nitro has mentalism built into it. For just one that you wear in your suit that you're performing when you're working, and it's a palm, and the envelope, it's the O'Connell. For a multi-function billfold, it's either the Infinity, or if you want a lot more added mentalism features, the Espionage.
So hopefully we have covered something and answered some questions you may have had. As Peter said, there's a lot to do with wallets, and we're always here to take any calls. So yeah.
Yeah, I hope that's really helped. I mean, we have done this on the back of a recommendation and, you know, or a request actually from someone that's asked us to do it. We've had a few more questions. I think it all started when we done the ring flight one, because we looked at 4 different ring flights. So we have got a few more of these sort of specials coming up. But I really hope that helps, because, you know, a wallet is a big investment. We understand that you've got to purchase the right one. And we are here to help. And bearing in mind, myself, Dave, Andy, we're all workers that do use card to wallets. So, you know, we do play with all these, and we'll be able to give you the best information, really.
Yeah. So thank you very much for tuning into this one, guys. It's the wallet special. I hope to see you next week on the Alakazam video blog.
And before we go, don't forget to subscribe. Don't point to it this time, because I couldn't put the image in the right place. It was covering my head, but it's up there somewhere.
Subscribe up there,
somewhere
above Pete's head, and I'll wrap it up again.
Wrap it up again.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week on the Alakazam video blog.